How to stop taking rejection personally. Hi guys, my name is Christine and I'm a dating, relationship and personal development coach. And today I'm talking about how to stop taking rejection so personally. But before we get into this video, please leave a like on it and please do subscribe if you haven't done so already. And if there is a topic that you would like me to discuss in a future video, then please let me know down in the comments. And also leave down in the comments any tips, any stories yourself that may benefit other people so we can all help each other out. Thank you so much. So how to stop taking rejection so personally. So a quote that I like from another kind of dating expert, another dating coach, is "Attraction isn't a choice," which is by David D'Angelo. So this is actually a really freeing concept to know, and it takes a lot of the pressure off, and it also makes you feel less insecure when you do get rejected. Because the simple truth is, if this person isn't attracted to you, it's not their fault that they're not attracted to you. Because you are not attracted to everyone that you see, and they are obviously not attracted to everyone that they see. So if you do like someone and they do reject you when you ask them out, don't take it personally, because it's not their fault that they don't feel that way about you, that they don't feel attraction for you. One of the things that kind of annoyed me when I was a younger lesbian was whenever I came out to girls and I said to them, "Oh, I'm gay," or "Oh, I'm in a relationship with another woman," sometimes some women would get really weird around me. And it would kind of annoy me, because I'll be like, well, just because I'm attracted to some women doesn't mean I'm attracted to all women. And it doesn't mean that I'm also attracted to you just because you're a woman. You know, not every lesbian is attracted to every woman they see. Not every heterosexual man is attracted to every woman that they see. You know, we can't determine these things, right? Of course, I'm attracted to only women and I'm not attracted to men. But I'm not attracted to every single woman on the planet just because I'm a lesbian, right? Attraction isn't a choice. We don't pick and choose who we have that connection with. So that's something very freeing in my personal opinion to know, because if someone rejects you, then it's just the way that they are. It's just something that they can't control. And if they can't control it, then there's no reason for me to feel bad about being rejected, right? There's no need for me to feel like there's something wrong with me when there isn't anything wrong with me. It's just the fact that this person, this specific person, doesn't find me personally attractive. But that doesn't mean that someone else won't find me attractive. And that's kind of like the attitude that you need to have. You kind of have to, I think the saying is, you have to kiss a lot of frogs to find your prince or princess, whatever, right? So that means is that you have to go through perhaps a lot of people before you actually find someone that is attracted to you, especially if you are like me and you're kind of a bit average looking. So you kind of need to go through all of the potential people that could be interested in you to find the one that actually is. So it may take you like a while to find someone who is actually, it may take like, let's say like 100 dates for you to find someone who likes you as much as you like them. And you kind of need to just keep on going until you do find that person, because I feel like a lot of people give up after the first one or two rejections that they have, because obviously rejection is kind of really painful experience to go through and it's not nice. But if you really want to be with someone, if you really want to find a life partner, then you just need to keep on grinding through it and finding and keep on going on dates with people, keep on asking people out until you find someone that will say yes and that you like back. You have to go through that process no matter how many repetitions, because at some point you will find someone. You know, that's what you need to hold out for. That's what you need to understand. If you date 100 people, at least 1, 2 or 3 of those people, if you're average looking, will say yes to you. And if you feel like you are below average, then you may need to go through even more people to find someone who likes you back as much as you like them. But it's something that we all have to do. We do really need to go through and kiss a lot of frogs to find the right one. And this kind of goes into my next point, which is don't have all your eggs in one basket. So if you only go on one date with someone and then you decide that this person is it, then you're going to become really, really attached to this person. So it's always better when you are dating someone to be dating more than just one person. it's good to have options. So therefore you can remain more objective when you are dating people, and you can be a bit more picky, because if you've got options that you can choose from, you're not going to make as many mistakes. You're not going to become needy, you're not going to become insecure, and you're not going to over pursue because you have many people that you are dating. And then if one or two of those people reject you and decide they don't want to date you as much anymore, or they don't want to see you anymore, then you won't take it as personally, because you've got other people in your life that you're kind of seeing. And if you've got multiple people that you are seeing, you're just not going to feel as bad if it's just one person that you're seeing. So if you've only got one date and you've been dating this person, and they're the only person that you have been dating, you've got all your hopes pinned basically on this one person. Whereas if you're dating multiple people, it's not going to hurt as much if one of those people decide they no longer want to date you. Now, I don't mean having multiple relationships, multiple people that you're exclusive with, because obviously that's not a good idea. If you want to, I'm just talking about those like initial dates when you're dating people, you're going out to dinner and getting to know each other, not you're in a relationship with multiple people. So another thing that you can do is to develop your self-confidence. I made a video recently on self-image that you can go and see here. It's up in the cards. I highly recommend that you go and watch that video to help with your self-image and the way that you perceive yourself, so you can have more confidence in yourself when you go on dates. Because obviously if you don't feel confident about yourself, and you don't feel confident that you're going to succeed, and you don't feel confident that you're attractive enough or good enough, then that kind of vibe is going to come across when you do go on dates. So the next point I want to make is you need to learn from the mistakes that you may have made. So if you do get rejected, find out why. And by that I mean not asking that person why they rejected you, although I suppose you can do that if you want to. But, looking back, what can you see that you did that may have put them off you? But perhaps you didn't. Perhaps they just decided that they no longer wanted to date you, or an ex came back and they wanted to be with the ex again. So it might not necessarily be your fault. But if you know, like somewhere down the road you made a few mistakes, perhaps you said something inappropriate, perhaps you pursued too much, perhaps you just did something that painted you in a negative light, then pay attention to those things, and you probably know what those things are, because usually we can tell if something doesn't land well. Because I'm one of these people, I tell a lot of jokes, like I'm really, really jokey, and sometimes I just say things without thinking and it doesn't land very, very well with the people who I've told those jokes to, and that's happened to me a couple of times in the past. I'm a little better now at reining it in and not letting my jokes get away from me, but sometimes I have said things that are really, really inappropriate in order to get a laugh out of someone, and I've had the exact opposite response. So perhaps you did something like that. Perhaps you said something in not a mean-spirited way, but you was just telling a joke, but it ended up being really, really inappropriate and offensive. So you need to pay attention to those kinds of things. And in the future that you may need to control yourself a little bit more and think before you speak, basically. I learned that lesson of it the hard way. So learn from any mistakes that you may have made. So the last point I want to get into is to always be trying to make yourself more desirable. And basically what you can do to make you more desirable is to make yourself become more valuable. And the way that you make yourself become more valuable is by working on yourself, by working on your life, the kind of life that you want to live, by working on your own personal developments. That could be your weaknesses. So for example, what I just said, one of the weaknesses that I had was saying things that were really inappropriate to get a laugh out of someone. So I knew then to think before I spoke. That's a lesson that I learned. That's a part of a personal development journey that I went on, learning to do that. And realizing I had to do that if I was to have more successful relationships, working on the kind of career that you want to have in the future, and also working on your physical body, which we all need to do and maintain in order to have the best life possible, in order to have the most energy that we need to do so we can succeed in other areas of our life. So you need to be working on those things, working on your personal development, working on your career, working on your physical appearance, and becoming a more valuable human being. And one of the best ways that I can kind of tell you to do this is to put more effort in all the things that you do, even though you may not get rewarded for those things. So being a person of initiative. And that's basically just being someone who does what needs to be done without being told what to do. Doing all the right things, doing the things that you see yourself doing. So there's this concept of a higher self, right? Your higher self. The way that I personally see it, as the person that you would like to be. That's your higher self, in my opinion. And so there are things that you need to do in order to reach that higher self. So it could be not procrastinating. So perhaps you see yourself as someone who you wish wouldn't procrastinate and would work on all the things that you know you need to do and work on. That might be your ideal self, your higher self. And that's basically what you want to get to. You want to be always striving to become that best version of yourself that you see in your own mind's eye when you think of the kind of person that you could be, and then working towards being that person you could be. And if you do that and you live by that ethos, then when you go on dates, when you meet people, they'll be more attracted to you because they'll be able to tell that there's something a little bit different about you. You're someone that hasn't given up on life, that hasn't given up on themselves. And if you haven't given up on yourself and you keep on striving and keep on working towards the things that you know you should be doing, you will become more attractive to those people, and you'll also attract more like-minded people into your life. Romantic or even friendships or business partners. So anyway, that was my video on how to stop taking rejection so personally. If you'd like to get in touch with me personally, then please go to www.christineloveridge.com. On the shop page of that website, you'll be able to find a free PDF dating and relationship manual. If you do read that PDF, then please let me know if you have anything that you would like me to add to it, or if you have any critiques, so I can make it the best product possible for those people that want it. Thank you so much, and I shall talk to you again very soon. Goodbye, guys.